Wink.
Minion Inn. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to... I don't know what I'm calling this yet. Scary House, I guess? I'm thinking about going with the name Scare the Minion or Scare Minion for the name of the actual game, but I don't know. I haven't named the game yet, so naming the environment is not important. This is my very first real attempt at 3D modeling. I'm actually kind of proud of and impressed with myself that I was able to pull any of this off. This is a house that it's based on a house that I lived in when I was like 13 years old. The house no longer exists. It's been leveled to make a parking lot for a local hospital. But it's very prevalent in my mind, and it has 3 stories, so including the basement. So a perfect environment for escaping, hiding, all that stuff. So let me show you around. There's some noise in this picture. I'm working with severe hardware limitations, so we're going to go into solid mode. Hello, I said we're going to go into solid mode. Little TV area over here. This is where I used to play Super Nintendo. And then by the front door, I had a little reading area. I've changed some things around, so that there would be places to hide and escape. We've got a dining room area over here, and the kitchen with a door leading to the backyard and one to the basement. I don't know if you'll be able to enter the backyard yet. The original house had a very tall wooden fence around it, I think. It's been a long time. I am way past 13. So I might include that, maybe have like a window to move into the basement. The game's gonna involve a lot of circling and leading the bad guy, the monsters, one way and then going another way. So there's gonna have to be an escape route everywhere. I'm trying to have no dead ends. So I'm figuring maybe go into the backyard, go to the basement from there, and be able to circle around that way. Come back through the kitchen when the monster's in the backyard, whatever. Anyway, I'm noticing just now about the kitchen, it's got the stove, it's got the sink, it's got a little microwave. It doesn't have a fridge. I somehow missed putting a fridge in the kitchen. So we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. You guys will get to watch me exercise my newly developed, discovered, whatever, modeling skills. This has turned into a modeling tutorial video, which I am in no way qualified to give. So here goes. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and, I'm just going to do this real quick. We're going to do a cube. We're going to scale it down. We're going to make it a little narrow because we want something that is fridge-shaped. We're going to have it hovering in the air just so I've got something to work with here. Let's, a little wider than that. Fridges aren't that narrow. Okay. We're going to scale it up because we want it to be about fridge size. It looks about fridge size to you guys. I think that looks fridge sized. I think we're good. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and give it a freezer. If this game were based in Germany, by the way, and I love to complain about this, the freezer would be at the bottom of the fridge because it makes perfect sense for you to have to squat or get on your knees to see what's in the back of your freezer. And since this game is based in the United States, at least that's where the house was that it is modeled after, the freezer is going on top where it makes perfect sense. Are you listening, Germany? This is where freezers go. Okay? So there's the freezer up top. We're going to go ahead and shrink those faces down just a little bit. Extrude them. There we go. It's already looking pretty good. But fridges don't have that Frankenstein block shaped most of the time, so we're going to go ahead and bevel some of those edges a little bit. See, that already looks a little more fridgy. And then what we're going to do is, fridges don't stand on the ground either, do they? They have feet. So we're going to turn this fridge on its back so that we can have our way with it. Go ahead and divide the bottom of the fridge into 4 squares. select the faces, shrink them down a little bit. Want them to be square, so resize. Okay, and now we just have to position them where they go. Can't have them too close to the middle because the fridge will tip over. We don't want that. Not that we're going to be giving this thing that complex a set of physics rules. It's not going to actually be able to tip over, but we want it to be realistic, okay? We want it to be as low poly as possible despite the beveling, so we're not going to go into too much detail with the feet. We're just going to make sure they're there. Extrude these, and et voila, we have a fridge with feet. Isn't that something? Okay, turn it back upright, minus 90 degrees for rotation, that way it's standing absolutely straight. And there we go. It's gonna need handles. Okay, a fridge needs handles or you can't open the doors, right? That makes sense. So, bring these in a little bit, and then shrink them going this way. Notice here, if we shrink them down far enough, they flip for some reason. It might have something to do with the beveling. I don't know, but these faces are now backwards. We're going to have to rotate them to make them face outwards so that there's not any weird issues with that later. See how those lines are not crossed anymore? We want 180 degrees. And that's perfect. That's exactly where they go. We're going to move them over here towards the edge. Maybe size them up just a little bit. And then extrude them and put little dents on the, that might have been a little too far out. It's like there. And then put little dents on the insides of these faces, because what's a handle if you can't grip it, right? So we're going to move that in a little bit. Maybe bevel these edges to make it look more fridgy. Check that out. And then we're going to give the whole thing, let's give it the same material that the oven has. I think I called that one white metal. That way it matches its environment at least a bit, and it has that shininess that fridges are supposed to have. There we go. We have a finished fridge. If you want to know more about where this is going, the stages of development, all that stuff, subscribe to this channel. That way you will actually get updates. If you want to know everything that I'm doing, and possibly be involved in the actual development process, you know, if you have anything to say about it, whatever, I'll be happy to hear it. Get on my Discord. The address is up there above me somewhere. And then you will be notified every time I post a video, every time I stream live, and where I'm streaming live, because I do it on multiple platforms. And yeah, so I invite you to stalk me, and I will keep you posted. Minion out.